Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday afternoon today. In this video, we're going to go over AMD, and it's a little bit of a urgent video as we have some time-sensitive information we'll be sharing in this video. Couple things to note right now. We just did a video earlier today where the AMD stock made it into our top 5 AI stocks. A lot of our best inputs from different members in StockMate have been a part of the accumulation of finding some of the best stocks in robotics, in AI, in quantum computing. Where are the companies at that are building some of the infrastructure for the future? And one of the companies that really has consistently made it into some of our top lists here. What's going on, Effin? Good to see you. Appreciate you for being in here. Is AMD stock. So AMD has made this run. We're seeing it get up into these previous highs and trying to make its run back up into all-time highs. And we've covered it for a while. AMD's chips, they make the chips that go into a lot of technology right now. Specifically, their Versal adaptive chips are being used in SpaceX's newest generation of Starlink satellites. And they're integrating application processors, real-time controllers, a lot of vector processors or FPGA resources, what they're called. You may or may not know what I mean. But basically what this reveals is that AMD is embedded deep into the hardware stack for Starlink. So this live session right now is being run on Starlink right now. So it's a good internet service. It's technology. In fact, if we search up AMD Starlink stock on Google, you can notably see some of the articles. These are the AMD Versal chips. And why does this matter? Well, though AMD doesn't disclose the revenue from Starlink specifically, powering such a high profile company and high volume platform is a testament to trust and reliability. Hey Biggie, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. MD and Akram Mosa is in here. How's it going? And so we actually have some coverage. You could see some of our videos where we've broken it down. I've also mentioned this is my number one holding, AMD stock. But where the satellite deals are coming in could also bring significant revenue for them. And AMD has really come in with some great earnings. And I'm going to share with you a special piece of information in this video. I'm going to share with you something that will impact if you are a holder of AMD and you enjoy the channel content, you enjoy getting the trading insights, the different companies, what's going on with them in AI and tech and quantum and robotics or nuclear or what have you, space tech, defense, that this is going to be big for you. So you see their revenue increasing, and then we see their balance sheet doing well. So total assets right now up to about 69 billion, and then came in recently in their last quarter with $74 billion in assets, and the total liabilities at 15 billion. And I see Cushion in the chat. What's going on there? Dorian, it's got 77 shares of AMD. That's awesome. Yeah, they're one of my top holdings. Hamal says, what it do, baby? What's going on, man? That's a nice way to type it out. Matthias says, what do you think about SoundHound? So SoundHound is a company we've covered a lot as well. And just to kind of jump in a little bit there, maybe on SoundHound, they're really improving their financials, and they are providing a lot of technology right now for some of the top companies in the world for sound AI. You can kind of see their company, and we'll get back into AMD, but just again, if you're looking at SoundHound, I really like the play. They're providing. Have you guys been to any restaurants lately? Has anybody been to any restaurants lately where you go to the drive-through and they say, hey, what's going on? And it's an AI or something? How many of you guys have seen that? Luis, what's going on? Johnny, good to see you here. So that's what SoundHound does. And And one thing to note, this is actually a special piece of information I found from somebody that's a tremendous analyst, actually, is that they found that the company, so McDonald's never says, usually, we have a partnership with this company. They don't always do that. A lot of times they'll partner with a consulting company, or they'll partner with a third party that's connected with the party that they're working with. How many of you guys know that? So a lot of times McDonald's won't just outright say, for example, let's say they say we're partnered with GE Electric, but they're partnered with this third party that makes sure that they have the best tech, and GE Electric happens to be the company that they get all the technology for their, let's say even their milkshake machine. I don't know. And so what we learned is that the third party company that McDonald's uses and partnered with for AI voice solutions is partnered with SoundHound and works with SoundHound. So it's very possible we could see McDonald's as a partner as well for SoundHound, which could absolutely be a catalyst for them. So long term, I love it. I haven't looked at their chart too much. They didn't get a lot of maybe attention this week, but we'll definitely jump into them more next week. Luis, what's going on? Appreciate you. What do you think about this week about Lunar stock? I'm in it personally. I like it. We'll just have to see how it reacts. Now, AMD, the revenue and the visibility that we've seen with this company, they are powering a bunch of satellites. They are building tremendous amount of data centers, and they're one of the main partners that you would see compared to NVIDIA. So they got this AI infrastructure ramp up that they're doing. They recently deployed, working with a company called Humane, that was a $10 billion deployment, which they're involved in, of a data center, an AI data center. So AMD stock is one of the top companies, and I say it's urgent because we're riding right now, let's say a 72% gain right now on AMD stock. We're riding a 72% gain. And some of our members and stock mates are as well. We cover it quite a lot. I've kind of disclosed it's one of my longer term positions. We added on this dip down here. That's why when you search AMD stock on Google, that's why our videos are there from early back all the way into probably 2024. You could see us there back in November 2024, because they were selling down all the way here through November and then into April, and then just started to rocket up. So we've been covering them a while, and I'll tell you what. I'm gonna kind of sharpen your guys' outlook on some things. The first thing is, when you're in a stock, and this is what a lot of people do, is they sell their winners early. How many of you guys have done this? You sell your winners early and you let your losers ride. Anybody been there? It's like, man, I can't seem to get it right. It's like I'm selling my winners too early and I'm letting my losers ride. And so one of the rules of thumb, and there's a lot of, Benjamin Graham actually talks about this a lot. I've got a value investing book that I'll bring it over, and it applies to short-term trading too. And it says, the best investors add to their winners and they cut their losers short. And we got a winner here with AMD. And I got some call options on AMD. And so, we're not just only going to have these call options. I thought it would be a great opportunity. I don't know, maybe I see Matthias is in here. I see Luis is in here. I see Johnny, who is a stock mate, in here. And I'm really excited to see it. Even Luis says, yeah, I sold AMD at $40 and now it's at, 177. I get it. But there's a lot of members in here, which is awesome. And one of the things that I know is I'm getting messages from people who say, Will, last time we did the sale for Big Bear AI, if it hits $8 a share, then I can get it for free. This was when we did it back in June. We paid out thousands of dollars to people that got access to our daily live trading sessions inside of Stockmate and this community, because they took advantage of that sale. So they got Stockmate, they get all of the earnings, they get the targets for the week, and every morning at market open, they get the live sessions. And one of the keys about that, my wife's just coming home, so if you hear any noise, that's what's going on. No problem. So one of the things that happens is I'm doubling down on my AMD right now. So what could be valuable for you is our current sale is that, if AMD hits $200 a share, so we see it continue up into this level up here into $200 a share by August 20, you get Stockmates for free. And that's lifetime access. That's right. No strings attached. Why do we do that? Why do we give you a refund if it hits it? Because the winners, it's not just like I win and I take the prize. You actually get to win in both sets. If you're an AMD holder, you get to win on your holdings and you get to get Stockmate. And I'm doubling down personally because this is the strategy that works for me. And so I'm offering Stockmate. And if the target's met, $200 a share, then like I said, it's not a gimmick. Like I have call options, so I make more. This is why I'm able to offer the sale. And I've been covering this stock for months. I'm telling you guys that's why we can offer it. If it doesn't hit it, hey, you're in Stockmate. You get our daily live trading sessions. You get to be in the conversation. So anyway, kind of a quick summary on the stock. You got Starlink satellite integration that they're rapidly deploying into. You got the Humane AI infrastructure deal with billions of dollars into the data centers that they're scaling up with AI. Then we see the CEO was Time Magazine CEO of the Year, along with being the cousin of NVIDIA's CEO, which is funny, but they're really crushing it. I don't know if you guys know that Jensen used to work at AMD. Kind of cool. And the motivational look here is that, hey, if you're in it, AMD's not just a chip maker. If you've got gains and you're doubling down too, like me, then you could set your target here, $200 by August 20th. If it hits it, you get to savor that free Stockmates. And that's how the best traders can take advantage of it. Now, again, when we're watching it here, there's a level here, a previous resistance at 177. We're looking for it to validate. We're going to see if it uses that level as a support, in which case we're kind of now breaking up into higher highs. And what are the highest highs that we're looking up to? We're looking up, really, there's just one more level here. It's this 190. And if we see this break above, we're definitely rocketing. Most likely, we would see it rocket up to that all-time high. So one level of resistance to break before a $200 price point right here. So that's kind of what we're eyeing with AMD. If you guys want to join Stockmate, you want to join us in our daily live sessions, get access to this exclusive flash sale. It's only available for tonight. Decide to pop it up here for tonight. And it's the second link in the description. Awesome. Second link down below. Now, Kush says, you should look at Archer. I'm very bullish on it, even though the finances look all right. Bullish, especially with their contract with Palantir, and then being officially taxi provider for the 2028 Olympics. Interesting. Okay. That's pretty cool. I love to hear that. Yeah, I mean, we've looked at Archer. It made it onto our list of companies that we had targets for inside of Stockmate here the last week. Let's see what our targets were. They were reporting earnings this past week, didn't they? I want to say they reported earnings. Was it this week they reported earnings? No, this was the week before, maybe. Let me see. Exciting earnings. Archer Aviation. We came out with some targets. We had a price target of about $12 a share. And that was in their last earnings that came out this last week after hours. We had a $12 a share targets. And part of that target there was cash runway. They are pre-revenue, like as you mentioned, but we're looking for them to rebound and potentially grow up. Where they made it to AC, let's see, is it HR? They ended up spiking to that $12 price point. back in July. We saw that move play out that we were kind of looking for. But then throughout here last week, they just consolidated. They did a little bit of a dip, but they didn't make any big swings like we might have expected. They're above that 200-day moving average right now, so kind of watching them closely. It looks like the new trend is kind of something like this. Looking at these levels here, kind of looking at an uptrend if they can hold it. Otherwise, they're below that EMA, that exponential moving average. So watch out for a sell down or a break in pattern. That's kind of how it looks right now. Hopefully that's helpful. Awesome. Got it. Luis says, hey, can you explain your deal again with Stockmate? So it's no different than how Stockmate is normally. So you get access to the daily live sessions. You get access to the group that I just showed you, along with all of these targets here for the different companies, along with when they're reporting earnings. You get about 70 plus lessons on technical and fundamental analysis. And you get into the group where you can send me messages if you got any questions, things like that. Be more than happy to chat with you. You also get a custom profit plan. And one of the really cool things that you get is this free t-shirt here. So you get this Stockmate t-shirt. Boom. So this is a really cool t-shirt because basically it's got the M logo on it. It's the growth T, and then it's got a logo on the back too. And it's super soft. It's comfortable. Why do we give away a free t-shirt? Because I don't know. It's just a kind of cool thing. So I'll send you a free t-shirt. What else do you get? You get free books. So you get a book on trading. You get a book on mindset. It's this book right here. I wrote it before ChatGPT existed. It goes over to how to have a plan, ordinary versus profitable, how to learn. It could teach you, ingredients, different things that you want to look for. We also talk about mindset and even emotional IQ, kind of setting your emotional rules and things like that and trading, all that stuff. But anyway, it's the same. It's normal. You go to the second link in the description, but it's a flash sale. So you get an extra a discount there that's very special just for tonight. And then on top of that, you get access to Stockmate for free. You get a full refund of lifetime access if you enroll, if AMD stock hits $200 a share by August 20th. So that is the offer. That is the full offer. Yeah, you can take a look. It's just the second link down below. Would love to see you there. So hopefully that cleared it up for you, Luis. The other stock we're looking at here is CTM stock. So CTM was a company that we've really traded pretty consistently off and on. And this is who's it? Matthias was wondering about it. Why would it potentially be better choice than BBAI? That's the question. I think explosive growth wise, BBAI would be a better play, higher risk, of course. But from a steady market cap build, CTM is a more sturdy play. We've been investing in them since around 60 cents. Excuse me. They've had some really consistent market cap growth. We've seen them get up into this dollar a share market cap or $100 million market cap. We've been able to catch a lot of swings on CTM, these 25% swings or sometimes more, 50% swings. If it's really having a nice week or something, it's pretty low value. It's about $100 million market cap, so it's pretty small company, but they specialize in cybersecurity for the U.S. government as well as AI, and they are also even working in agentic AI as of new reports this past week, which is cool. They've been raising money, which is fine, but ultimately they have the contracts to back it up. They got a $100 million contract there with Naval Air Force or Naval, not Naval Air Force, Naval Air Systems, excuse me. So like cybersecurity, surveillance, things like that. Really where they come in is their revenue is really consistent. They got positive revenue and even almost coming in positive net income with increasing revenues year over year. and their balance sheet looks really good. They reduced their debt down to 11 million with total assets consistently rising. They're at 43 million in assets now. So for $100 million company, like they're really honestly financially solid. They're in a good market of defense and AI. So I like to follow them. They're kind of out of support right now. But they've been holding this trend for so long. We'll have to see if they can really continue with what they got going right now. Cool. So that's kind of the breakdown. Hopefully that gives you the full breakdown on CTM stock. Dorian says, let's go Archer. I love it. Louis says, what's your call option? Yeah, I get call options that are would pay out big if it reaches that $200 price point. So if it's that $200 price point AMD stock, then basically I'm gonna see some good payouts. And essentially, if AMD rockets, $200 a share, then I'm gonna win big. And if I win big, then I also want to give it an opportunity to get people into Stockmates. We have a really amazing growing community. I don't know if you guys know, but I call every Stockmates. So I'll give you a call if you join. Would love to give you a call. Luis, I think it was. But basically, like, we pride ourselves in like making sure we're following quality stocks. We're not really here to pump. There's no reason to find companies that aren't intrinsically valuable and trade those. Just is another line of probabilities you have in your favor when you're trading stocks. Whether it's like RSI, sure. MACD, yeah. Want to look at the support and resistance? Yeah, we do it all the time. The financials, like we were just going over CTM stock, kind of like financials, news, of course. The market they're in, of course. But ultimately, like when it comes down to the probability, the ultimate probability is intrinsic value, because that's just going to ensure you have this edge that whenever you trade them, it's going to have a little bit of an edge that it most likely it's going to have a positive outlook, especially over time. And I never want to hold a long-term position on a stock that I don't like personally. So yeah, so that's kind of the outlook there. Hey mate, I have one question. Akramol says, is it true that Apple wants to buy SoundHound? I'm not sure. Is that true? I mean, it would take a pretty big article for that to happen. I mean, what? Apple buying SoundHound for 50 billion? It's been suggested. There are no current indications or official announcements. Maybe just some people talking on Reddit. I think that's the extent at which there is a conversation about SoundHound. The acquisition price that Redditors are suggesting would be a $50 billion acquisition. SoundHound leads in AI tech stocks pretty close for the AI voice. And then they're actually saying that would happen in the next like 3 months. And the community most people are invested in SoundHound. They're pretty optimistic regardless of an acquisition. So hopefully that's helpful. Appreciate you all. Hey, I'm going to roll. I want you guys to know if you're involved in this live session, then you're appreciated. It's so funny. I feel like sometimes the best stocks are coming from you guys. So really do appreciate you all. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hafsa says, what about BTBT? I'm not sure. I don't know about that stock. We've never covered that one. If it was true, everyone would have heard about it. I think that's a good proposition. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to some of the dynamic moves in the market, what's happening, whether it's the market dips in the morning or anything like that, we're all over it. So, we're looking to help you be principally invested with quality companies. So make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. If you get a good amount of value and I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Don't forget that flash sale. It's literally closing tonight. So if you want to grab it, AMD stock target sale for Stockmates, it's down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, Kush. Luis. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Luis. Hafsa, thanks for tuning in. Dorian, appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Effin, awesome to see you. Dawn, appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I was trying to read. I'm like, hey, is that Dawn? Yeah, it says Dawn. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night. A name, thanks for tuning in. Chromic, appreciate you. See you in the next live session. Take care, guys. Bye now. Have a good sleep or morning.